Hey, welcome back to YT Finance, and today we are talking about NNDM stock, SENS stock, and BNGO stock news. First, for Nano Dimension stock news, we will be discussing their delay in NNDM's acquisition plans and why NNDM stock could reach $25 soon. Next, we will talk about Senseonics stock and why analysts think that SENS stock is overpriced, which I think they are wrong. Then lastly, we will discuss Bionanogenomics stock and how BNGO stock had a price target upgrade and why this is an add money to play. Press the like button right now if you have bought NNDM stock, SENS stock, or BNGO stock. Comment down below which stock is your favorite, and remember to subscribe to this channel for more stock news updates and stock analysis. Also, I always have deals for you all in the description box down below to get some free stocks and Bitcoin, but without further ado, let's get into our first NNDM stock article. Nano Dimension CEO told Globes that because of special purpose acquisition companies, many private companies are making it harder for acquisitions, mergers, and buyouts to take place because they want a very high price based off of what other SPAC deals have sold for. Even with over $1 billion raised, NNDM is having trouble finding a good acquisition deal in the US and in Europe. Nano Dimension CEO says that Nano Dimension is focusing on two kinds of acquisition targets: companies which are able to expand our go-to market channels and give us exposure to vertical markets, along with other companies that have transformative technologies and products that are complementary to our product's roadmap. Finding companies that fit Nano Dimension's criteria for an acquisition is not the difficult part of the merger. The problem is that NNDM cannot find multiple companies that are willing to merge at a price in which Nano Dimension is comfortable with. Nano Dimension just deems the current price of private companies to be overvalued in many regards, and that's why they do not want to do an acquisition right now, because everything is too inflated in their eyes. Nano Dimension is right, because even if we look at Nano Dimension's enterprise value of over $1.6 billion, the company has only produced $3.4 million in revenue during the last 12 months, which puts them at an extremely high enterprise multiple of over 480, which is not good. And this also means that this is happening to other companies in their same space, so Nano Dimension is just going to wait for a good deal instead of overspending on inflated private companies. Now, Nano Dimension is still a good company, and NNDM is still a good stock to own, which has a price target of $25, along with great success lately, partly because ARK Invest holds over 7 million shares of NNDM. ARK does sometimes sell NNDM stock to take profits before downtrends or when rebalancing their ETFs. But overall, NNDM stock has a solid position in ARK Invest because it makes up over 3% of ARK's total assets. However, keep in mind that anything can happen with an actively managed ETF. Nano Dimension has certainly become a very popular stock for investors, which is why I have reported on NNDM stock since it was a penny stock, but many investors still do not know that Nano Dimension's high-performance electronic devices that are 3D printed are normally too complex to be replicated in a traditional manufacturing environment, thus making NNDM's technology very exclusive and highly valued. According to Nano Dimension CEO, Nano Dimension bridges the gap between printed circuit boards and semiconductor integrated circuits. It's a revolution at the click of a button. I cannot emphasize the importance of Nano Dimension's technology and what it can mean for the medical field, the electronic vehicle market, and especially the aerospace sector. NNDM has multiple partnerships with billion-dollar aerospace companies across the US and Europe, with L3Harris being their main repetitive customer. Nano Dimension has helped Harris with an International Space Station project and has created RF circuits for transmitting data for them. A senior scientist for Harris had this to say regarding Nano Dimension, and they say, "The applications of 3D printing are broad, touching almost every aspect of research, design, and manufacturing. This project's major objective is to fly an experiment consisting of an integrated communications circuit fabricated by additive manufacturing and analyze analyze those materials' RF properties in a space environment. As far as we know, this will be the first systematic approach to analyzing such a device in space. L3 Harris must have a lot of faith in NNDM to put their device in space where everything needs to be in perfect condition. However, Harris has confidence in NNDM because they have put Nano Dimension's 3D manufacturing to the test against a traditional parts manufacturer, and even though both devices performed the same, Nano Dimension's device was ready in hours when it took weeks to receive the other device. It was lower cost and it had a much faster time to market. Thus, Harris loves their NNDM device. Next up, we have Senseonics stock, ticker symbol SENS, which jumped 13% recently, but sadly, many analysts say that SENS stock is overpriced because its RSI value is 78.35, because anything above an RSI of 70 indicates that an asset is overbought. Now, I will not argue against the RSI. However, RSI can change very rapidly, and it's only a short-term indicator. So maybe people who are going to hold SENS stock for the long run could still consider this stock relatively cheap to buy. According to this article, another problem with SENS stock is that it continues to have poor earnings estimates, which has been negative for a while. Even Zacks ranks it as a 5, which means that it is a strong sell for now, because investors should cash in on SENS stock before it crashes. However, I do not agree with this because even though I do agree that SENS stock will have a downtrend, I think Senseonics stock will pop back up due to an approaching catalyst, which means you can either cash out now and reinvest later, or if you do not want to try and time the market, just wait for the catalyst to have the stock surge back up. But what is this Senseonics catalyst? Well, I will tell you. Because Senseonics is a pharmaceutical company which helps patients with diabetes through a patented device that is implanted under their skin, which reads the glucose levels of their blood, the current patent only allows the device to stay in the patient for 90 days, but then it has to be removed or replaced. But Senseonics is working to get their 180-day version of their patented technology approved by the FDA before it can be launched in the United States, which will cause SENS stock to spike on the approval news, which I think they will easily get. However, this FDA approval was postponed and now it is looking to be approved at the end of the second quarter of 2021. Not to mention that the United States has one of the largest needs for diabetes technology, so when this is approved, money could flood into Senseonics. Now for BNGO stock, Bionanogenomics stock has gotten a price upgrade and is set to break all-time highs because its new price target is $14. Many high-end analysts, like Jason McCarthy, puts a strong buy rating on BNGO stock, even though the average price target for BNGO stock is $7.56. I say that BNGO stock is an add money to stock that will pay off in the long run and the short run this year. Bionanogenomics has great technology and has a bright future, especially considering the positive studies that come out about their genome mapping Sapphire system. Remember to smash the like button for NNDM, SENS, and BNGO stock. Comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you are new, and I will see all of you in the next YT video.